All right, welcome everybody. We are so glad you are joining us. It is Tuesday night. Every Tuesday night, we get together and we highlight, I'm just gonna get my screen share here, babe.
Yeah.
And we highlight some different leaders who are a part of the team, who are making things happen, who are a part of the change. And we've had such a variety. I'll say, I think in the last 4 to 6 weeks, we've had Dr. Kevin Rouse, who gave us tonight. We have had Kara Bradley, we've had Jazzy Wills, we've had who both just incredible stories of what has brought them to the space, what they're doing, how they're doing things differently, how they're supporting women in particular in different phases of their life by addressing the gut-brain connection real specifically. We've had Kim Otto and we've had Sarah Hine, we're having Carrie Perkins, we have these people that have varied backgrounds. Some have been in the industry before and some haven't. And so this really is a level playing field. And whether you're joining us tonight and your interest is more in the area of the gut-brain connection, or your interest is for the business side of what we do, and you're like one of those go-getters that has a vision and you're like thinking, I'm so curious, I want to see how I can be a part of that. Or anywhere in between, you are in the right place tonight. We're so glad to have you. I'm Janelle Devlin. This is my husband, Andrew.
Hello
I'll
there.
let him do a quick intro while I pull up our slides.
Yeah, my name is Andrew Devlin, and we've been part of Amare for over 5 years. I've got a background as a personal trainer. I was a personal trainer for about 10 years, and then I progressed to work for Tony Robbins as one of his business life coaches, and then John Maxwell, and now I do a whole host of other things. So tonight you're going to get a little bit of the mindset, you're going to get a little bit of the strategy, you're going to get some applicable things that can absolutely help you move forward in your mental wellness journey. And me and Kylan both have a massive passion for seeing other men, other dads do well, because it's one of those things that so many of us as men, we attach our worth to what we can provide for. And a lot of guys out there, they are pouring out at work. They're pouring everything they can do, and they're pouring into their families, and they've got very little left. They're on fumes themselves personally. And then we've been trained, suck it up, push on through. And this is one of the reasons that male suicide is so much higher than female suicide, because we have been always taught to go harder. You're not a man unless you can face it and keep on grinding and keep on pushing. And then the burnout happens. And most men, they don't have people to talk to. Women, you guys do a lot better job at socializing, connecting with people. And so, we're going to be talking about men, how we can be at our absolute best, and how we can just like pour into our families even more, but have enough left over for us as well.
Yes, and I think that it's worth pointing out that June, we're recording this in the month of June, and it's Men's Mental Health Month. So very appropriate to have you and Kylan. So let's bring Kylan on. Kylan we live here, we're in St. George, Utah. Kylan is up in Colorado. We'll let him share a little bit about himself and his family and why he's here and why he's passionate about this tonight. Kylan happens to be my brother-in-law. He has a really great taste and married my sister. And he is salt of the earth, the kind of guy I would say put in the chat. Those of you that I know, a lot of you guys know Kylan, but I just heard from Dr. Rouse. It looks like our chat. We'll get the chat back up. But he's a fantastic human being, full of character. If you guys saw the invite, I have on here, he is not only an athlete himself, but he's a high school coach currently and high school teacher. Also is a coach at one of the gyms up there. They're just right outside of Vail, Colorado. And he also is a husband and a dad. He's going back to school for his master's. I mean, the dude has a lot going on. So Kylan, will you jump in and share a little bit about yourself and why you're passionate about this topic? And then we're just gonna be rolling with this.
Sure. I'm in Gypsum, Colorado. So about 6.5 hours from Janelle and Andrew in St. George, Utah, right in between Glenwood Springs and Vail, Colorado. So beautiful location. But to live here, you have to work really hard because it's not cheap. So I think to Andrew's point, where, as men, we want to provide for our families. This is where Amare kind of has really impacted my life, not just from an emotional, physical standpoint, but financially and just being able to be there for my family, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally on days where I've poured myself out to my students at school, or people at the gym. My day this morning started at 4:45 a.m. when I woke up, and I trained adults at the rec center, and then I went and taught summer school actually. Then right after summer school, I went and taught or coached both my kids in t-ball because it's summertime, and today was day one of practice. And so I've yet to be home yet. Today I'm actually back at the rec center where I started my day because there wasn't quite enough time to go home. So, but I think the idea that Amare pairs well with is that I'm able to be this busy without being overwhelmed and without sacrificing the things that matter most to me, which is my relationship with my wife and my kids, and not being irritable when I come home from a long, busy day, not being worn out and stressed out and needing to just sit on the couch. I'm actually able to engage and just step into life with them, regardless how much I experienced earlier in the day. So that's kind of why I'm passionate about this. And I've talked with Dr. Rouse about this as well. And my passion is to get dads to step into the arena of fatherhood and manhood. And that means your day is not over when you're done with your 9-to-5 job. The important part is just beginning. And I'm just here to give people those tools so that they can do that well.
All right. Well, that's the end of our Zoom today. So Kylan, thank you. Like that's
Just like boom.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. It's not the end, guys. Stick around. But
Yeah.
Kylan, that's so good. Thank you for sharing that from the heart. Anything you want to add to that, Andrew? I'm gonna couple slides here, things we've already kind of been chatting about of just the mental health crisis. You want to jump into the reality of what's going on today, or anything to add to what Kylan said?
I would say that a lot of people that I coach, they're like they're working for their family, yet they come home, like Kylan was saying, and they're a shell. And it's like when we haven't got anything left in the tank and we're just trying to go home just to recover before we go back to work. And it's like, that's not living. And like Kylan said, it's like, we've both developed strategies to be able to do what we do at a high level and then pour into others. But again, it's admirable if you want to pour into your family. But again, if there's nothing left for you at the end of the day, that's when we start mentally declining as well. So that's when we don't want to go work out. We don't want to do the fun things. I don't know if anybody out there, I know chat's not working right now, but it's like the things that used to light you up is not what you want to do anymore. It's like, oh, I used to like, playing golf or mountain biking or going to the gym or playing tennis. It's like, I can't even be bothered doing that stuff. So then we start having a heavier time, and then
we're going to
Monsters,
look around here.
Starbucks,
so I'd say put in the chat, but Q&A, we have such great things in the Q&A so far. Thank you guys. Oh, maybe the chat's working now. So would you agree, yes or no? Are these things that as a people, we are going to, we're going to the quick fixes, and there's no, we want to say there's no shame around that right now. That's not our purpose in this. Our purpose is, yes, Jane, Kylan does rock it. He's an amazing human. Yes, Sandy, thank you.
Q&A is answering. So if you've got any questions, stick it in Q&A.
We're looking for to feel better. So this $100 billion industry right now is in products that help you feel better now. I mean, it's like we need to get through today, right? We need to make things happen this week. We need to be able to have the mental, physical, emotional, spiritual reserves.
Yeah, like the way I look at it is like there's a spinning top and it's about ready to fall over. So these things up on the screen now, they whack the spinning top. It starts spinning again, but it's not sustainable. There's no amount of caffeine or sugar or, all of those things that is going to keep us from burning out. And, caffeine, you guys may already know, but it doesn't give us energy. It's like sticking a decal over your rev counter on your car. When it says red line and it turns red and you shouldn't be going in and down your revs, that decal just moves the red line higher. it doesn't matter. You think you've got more range, you don't. So that's what caffeine does. It stops the signals going to your brain saying, I'm tired, so you redline longer. And I feel like most people now are surviving on caffeine or sugar or something just to try and get them through the day. And there's better ways.
Definitely. And, you know, guys, our topic tonight is really focusing on the men in our lives. We want each person, men and women alike, to feel like they can be who they're made to be, get out there and do what they're called to do, is what we say a lot. And so, you know, what we said tonight is, and the kind of the lens around this, the next part of this conversation, who's the man in your life who continually pours out, wanting to give their best to family, do their work, but maybe they feel a deficit. We heard that from the guys. So tonight, the three things that we're going to be covering throughout these slides, what's woven throughout is nutritional strategies for more drive and focus. We're going to talk about the Amare award-winning product line and how it does just that. Fitness hacks when time is an issue. I have Kylan particularly speak to that, although Andrew, you could as well, because you're very consistent in the gym, even when your time is an issue. So you guys can both speak to that. And then emotional energy, a game plan to feel more cool, calm, overall happy. And then since we're talking about the business side of what we do, we've heard some little bit so far, but I want you guys also know that if you choose to say yes and jump into the business side of Amare, we want you to know the kind of support you're going to have. What that looks like, being a part of a team. If you're here, someone awesome invited you because they care a lot about you and they're here to help support you and show you those next steps. So with this slide, it's just showing like this is the world we live in. I mean, yes, we were talking about this even before 2020. We're a 5-year-old company. And so in the last 3 years, things have shifted, right? We're hearing more and more celebrities talk about mental wellness, to say it's okay to not be okay. And hey, I've struggled. And we think, what? You're gold medalist so many times. What? How? Why you? What? The Rock? No. But so we mentioned this because we don't know where you are right now as far as what maybe are the challenges, but we want you to know that no matter what, that you're in a place where you can thrive financially, financial wellness, physically, physical wellness, and mentally with mental wellness. So Andrew and Kylan, let's unpack what mental wellness looks like. Kylan, why don't you jump in with this? What is mental wellness to you? You touched on this a little bit, but kind of just speak to maybe your top 2 or 3 of these.
Sure. And I want to echo the kind of the slide before. There was, you know, a lot of celebrities and stuff, but even more importantly, it's your neighbor, it's your own kids, it's your friends, it's your family members. There's been too many former students of mine that have committed suicide. One in the last year, and so it's all around us, and there's a need, and you know, if we can help others live their best life, or even just be a resource, then that's why we're here. So to me, my stress resilience is probably one of the most important aspects of my mental wellness. I probably take on more than the average person. I do a lot. And if I didn't have such high stress resilience, there would be no way that I would be able to accomplish the day-to-day tasks that I do, let alone be there for my family when it's time to be there for them. So the stress resilience side of things, I think all of these things go hand in hand. I think the more capable you are of performing physically, the better your mental performance is, the better you are able to manage pressure, and the better you're able to focus. I see it in my students every day, the kids that can't focus in the classroom. You know, there's resources, there's tools out there that Amare can provide, but also just in general, being active and being you know, engaged in physical fitness routines is going to help with that focus as well. So it's a multifaceted approach. Mental wellness cannot really be defined as one thing. And that's the thing I love about my day-to-day job. I'm a strength and conditioning teacher most of the day in the school, and I get to see kids change their confidence through physical performance, through changing their bodies. You know, the fact that they're getting more physically fit, I also see them become more mentally fit. And so that's just something that I'm passionate about as well. So for me, I would say stress resilience, confidence, physical performance.
Yes, awesome. Andrew, what would you add to that?
Yeah,
Confidence, physical performance.
I think that's the thing. When you feel good, it changes everything. And I think, the number one thing that most people argue about is finances. And
We've never argued about finances.
never, no, it is, maybe we should. Should we do it right now?
And what is that our friend says? But we've argued about the lack of.
Yes.
Ah.
So it
Kidding, not kidding.
all comes in. So it's like you've heard it before, put your own oxygen mask on first. And I feel like, focus is a big one, because I feel like a lot of times now people's focus is like a light bulb. It's on so many things and it's not really making a difference to anything. And people are either in the past, in the future, and they're going, what if? And what I found is there's things we can do, like, yes, the physical fitness. Most people are eating and they're drinking now, not for nutrition, but from emotion. They feel sad, they feel tired. So I want you to be aware of, are you eating based on feelings? Are you drinking based on feelings? Or are you eating and drinking towards an outcome, that end result of who you want to be? Because I know when I eat right, my focus is high. And I know that improves my confidence. And then that allows me to have that stress resilience. So it's one of these things. It's like, where do we start? And I found, like, I've been in a place before where I didn't have the drive to start. And there's times that I've struggled getting out of bed, and I'm like, and I push it because I know I'm responsible to make the money, to provide for the family, to do all of these things, but inside, like, burning out. And I found I was eating as good as I could eat. I was working out, I was doing all the things, yet I was losing muscle, I was gaining fat, and I didn't know what to do. And now I'm about to turn 45 next month. And I've never felt better. And it's been a direct response from, yes, we've made more money from Amare, which has been fantastic because we can invest in our health in a higher level. But then taking the supplements, my nutrition's been pretty the same. But the supplements have made a massive difference in my testosterone levels. Men, if your testosterone levels are low, we're going to feel mentally foggy. And people freak out because they've heard roid rage and stuff like that. Those bodybuilders, it's when they come off all their steroids that their mood is like, you snap at any moment. Their stress levels are through the roof. And it's when men's testosterone levels are low that we get grumpy, irritated, and aggressive. All right. And when a man's producing cortisol, he cannot produce testosterone. And he can't think straight. Bone density goes down, and we get out of breath because testosterone is a primer for making hemoglobin. So there's so many things that are affecting men's mental health. And Amare's got some natural solutions to testosterone. If you feel like you're losing it with your kids, with your wife, with the people at work, and we've got one of my favorite products, Mood, which gives me a much longer fuse, like a noticeable difference within about 15 minutes of taking it.
Awesome.
I'm a much better dad, much better husband. By taking that stuff, I've noticed an increased amount of energy, drive, focus because of those things.
Okay, well, since you already are talking about this, we will talk about that. But that pack that you recommend, if the guy just is like nodding his head, like, I need that, is called the Happy Hormone Pack. Is that your big one? Because that's it's stress hormones, sex hormones, and metabolic hormones.
Yep. So better muscle. This is the fact. Every pound of muscle that you gain, you're going to burn about 55 calories a day, which doesn't sound like a lot, but you gain 2 pounds of muscle, there's 110. You gain 4 pounds of muscle. You can see what's happening now. We're burning over 200 calories a day, which is a lot of people on the treadmill for 20 minutes without doing the treadmill for 20 minutes. So that helps burn more calories. We feel more confident. We're stronger. We want to go after challenges. Testosterone is one of those things, again, that it makes us want to go and do hard things. So when testosterone levels are low, we don't want to do hard things. We want to watch Netflix and drink beer, chill out. So it's like that healthy, happy hormones is one of the biggest factors that I feel like makes a big, big difference to men.
Yes, thank you. And I want to hear from Kyle on this as well, but I just had the financial wellness slides that popped up, and if you guys took a screenshot of that, I can go back if you want to see. But can you guys see how that goes hand in hand? Like if you don't have to
Yep.
drive to do the things, it's hard, it's a
Yeah.
challenge. And so you guys feel free to screenshot this, but these are just some of the facts. And we even threw in there an older stat of in the 2008 recession, average of $400 a month would have kept homeowners from foreclosure. Like it's good to be thinking about it that way. And then you connected
Yeah.
it to the science part of what we do here at Amare, and Dr. Sean Talbot being not only an uber ultra Ironman, uber is actually my own adjective I added in there, but he is an ultra Ironman athlete and one of the most sought after formulators in the whole industry. He just
Yeah.
happens to specialize in the area of gut brain science. Our scientific advisory board, my background's in nursing, so I do love the science side of what we do. So, I mean, I love talking about that, but we're here to make it simple. Dr. Sean has made it simple for anyone, regardless if they have a background, to chat about this. So that's the connection, is having that now.
We've got the science, but what I found is a lot of guys just go, tell me what to take and I want to feel better right now. And, you know, so again, talk to the person that invited you, talk to us, but it's just like there's programs that can help you significantly feel better. And I just got a text from somebody today going, wow, I played 18 holes of golf twice.
And that was a great,
yeah.
that was, you really just got that text a few hours ago.
No, I'm at alcohol in 3 weeks. I'm not craving the sugar. Like I just feel so much better. And that's within 3 weeks. And so again, you know, these products work. Mental wellness is vital.
Mhm.
Physical fitness, yeah, if you got a six pack, if you got biceps, awesome. But none of that counts if you don't have mental wellness too.
All right, Kyle, anything you want to add to that?
I think just speaking to the financial point, a lot of teachers that I teach with, like we can't keep teachers in this area that I live in, and that's mainly the financial reason. Unless they want to live like they are still living in college and having multiple roommates. So I know from the world that I'm in, an extra $500 to $1,000 a month would be life-changing, and it would potentially allow teachers to stay in the career that they are so passionate about versus getting out and doing something else where they're making more money so that they can actually live where they want to live. So I think just from the financial standpoint, most teachers need something additional in income to be able to survive. And so, you know, that's what Amare has been able to do for me as well.
Okay, awesome. Anyone that's on with us live, anything you want to add to that, throw it in the chat. We'd love to hear. I know a lot of you guys, different backgrounds, and do you guys agree with Kylan? Have you found that to be true? You know, we came together as a company 5 years ago because we saw a need, not because gut health was a cool thing then. Actually, we were kind of the first ones to really be talking about it, especially in this way, linking it to mental wellness, making it simplified for people so they're not taking 82 different supplements a day. So that really was kind of a big part of us getting this started. Now we are the fastest growing company in this space. It's pretty incredible. We've had 3 years of consistent growth. And after 2020, especially, I kind of think there's not a whole lot of companies that can say that. There were 7 companies that were just highlighted in a publication this last month in May. And we were one of them that's had consistent growth over these last 3 years. And we're just getting started, guys. So Sandy in the chat said working from anywhere is awesome, especially during the pandemic.
We've worked from Iceland, Spain, Scotland, England, Mexico, Costa Rica, you know, just all over. And that's what I love. This is a Panama. Well, yeah, I just stayed in the hotel room, but that's another story.
That's another story. Just got some weird virus. I don't know if you guys had this where you are. It's like coronavirus or something.
Yes.
We had that, you know, I don't know if you guys did, we did. Anyways, that was Andrew's Panama experience, but that was our incentive trip this last year. And it was great to be there with Kylan and Lisa and so many of you guys that I see here on the chat. Yes, she just has a phone-based business, is best. It's allowed me to work at home with my son when he was doing school and work. So awesome, Sandy. Yes, thank you guys.
And we had no downturn at all during pandemic. You know, our business actually grew. And that's one of the things, like in this day and age, I don't believe if you got a single income that there's not going to be road bumps along the way. I want multiple income streams so that if one's going down, another one's going up, but it all balances out. So I definitely believe everybody should have a home-based business just for the tax write-offs. Again, there's so many things that we can keep in our pockets from a tax standpoint by having a home-based business.
Definitely. Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's another subject.
And one thing that we didn't have like a visual for in this tonight, but since you guys are talking about it, and this might be new to some of you guys, but as you talk about this with the gut-brain connection, and you might say, okay, I hear a lot about the gut. Okay, I know there's a lot of, I'm hearing that more and more, but we really did pioneer this in this way, as we mentioned, and it's all about strain-specific bacteria. So we bring in, this is a little just science nugget, but we bring in the very strategic, the specific probiotic strand that's going to help, let's say for mood, like what you love for mood, Andrew, is a combination of an adaptogenic combination of herbs, help the body adapt to stress within 20-30 minutes. So that's great because it's a feel good now, right? Because we want to be
I need
feeling
it right
good
now.
Want to be able to focus our brain in without feeling like we have to go.
Yeah, in this busy
smoke or
day and age, I haven't got time for it to take a long time.
Yeah.
You know, I need it right now. So that's the great thing. We've got
Yep.
feel now products, and we've got feel later products that actually boost up your body's production of those things.
And
as well.
our therapeutic line is a combination of both. So we have the adaptogenic. So whether that's, and if you guys have tried any of these products, put it in the chat, but that's our mood plus, it's our sleep plus. To help the body make its own. So the mood helping the body, very simply put, to make its own serotonin to get those happy hormones high. The sleep to help the natural melatonin production. Not giving your body melatonin, but helping your body to be able to make it on its own for great sleep. We have relief to help support the whole inflammatory process in the body. And we have our energy plus, you guys see that in the middle here. And that is kind of our fourth in that therapeutic line of the definitely feel good now, along with the strains of bacteria that are going to help build up what we want in the gut so that it's more sustainable.
Yeah.
Our edge on the left-hand side, it's a neurotropic, so a non-caffeine way to be able to get the brain to dial in. You guys are hearing about neurotropics. And so we're going to talk about Happy Juice Pack, but before we do, and Kyle, I'd love for you to jump in on Happy Juice, but let's look at some of the chat here. Andrew, why don't you address some of that? Lisa,
I can talk about Happy Juice while Andrew's reading that, but
okay, great.
Happy Juice is kind of a game changer for me. I use the Energy and Edge actually as a pre-workout instead of a lot of the that is out there, because it gives me a focused energy that doesn't destroy my gut and doesn't have all these artificial in it, but it just gives me that motivation to hit the gym, be able to have the energy to actually do what I want to do at the gym. I just had my third child 10 months ago, and so teaching morning classes at 5:30 in the morning and working out myself and teaching all day and stuff. Without energy plus, don't think I would make it through the day. I would be for sure falling asleep midday. But and then also just the mood and just that sustained stress resilience has really changed how I've been able to handle situations at work, whether it's, I'm a high school teacher, and not every kid is super pleasant to be around. So I've had to utilize a lot of self-control and patience, and patience and self-control that I would not have had 6-7 years ago. And so that's been one thing that's really impacted my career, but also my home life.
That's awesome. And probably kept you employed as well. So you don't lose your cool.
When you're cussed out by a high school student, it really helps you to keep your cool.
You're just like, man, it's all good. Have some edge. Yeah. No, that's great. And you guys, that are on live can see in the chat. We got some awesome things that people have shared. And Dr. Rouse says, Mood Plus changed my life and those that have to live and work with me. And same with Happy Juice. Yes. And Sandy quit smoking and drinking. You have an awesome story, Sandy, man, and drinking 20 to 25 Diet Cokes per day. And she just had her first big triathlon. The pictures were amazing, Sandy. Lifesaver. She had smoked since you were 15 years old. Wow. Like, so it's the game-changing results that we're going for. So you guys can see, here's some things we can say, Happy Juice Pack, what they're shown to do.
Yeah.
Is there any that jump out to you? We haven't talked about
the
it.
big thing is when you feel good, you don't need to crave the cigarettes because you already feel good. You don't need the sugar. You don't need the caffeine. So for me, if my body is already producing the serotonin and dopamine, and I saw this awesome t-shirt once, and it just had the chemical structure of serotonin and dopamine. And it said, technically the only two things you care about. And I'm like, yeah, and so
make those shirts. That's amazing.
Yeah, but that's what people are going. They're going after things that give them a hit of dopamine, a hit of serotonin, but it's not sustainable. And when your body's natural baseline is higher, we don't crave those things. And this is one of the things that this Happy Juice Pack does, just helps keep that overall dopamine level at a higher baseline.
Yes. And even from a money standpoint, cheaper, healthier choice to feel better fast. Yep, totally. It's the long game. I think we're all going for. If you're watching this now, it's like you don't just want the average health of the average American.
No, if you want to average anything, what that means is absolutely horrendous now. So
well, and you can't really put a price on being fully present with the people that are important to you. So if something gives you more energy and motivation to, and just happiness and overall, clarity and, that's worth a lot.
Yeah, I was doing a Peloton last week, and there was a great quote. They said, "Do things that alters other people's DNA," and how we show up to our spouse, how we show up to our kids is DNA altering. And I thought there's nothing more important than like the legacy that we're living and then ultimately leave. And our kids remember how we react. We've all got memories of our parents reacting in a way that maybe you felt loved from it. Maybe you felt scared by it. Maybe you felt unsafe by it.
Good point.
But how we show up on a daily basis is how our kids will remember us. And this is some of the stuff that allows me to show up at a better level for me and my family.
Yes. All right. We have some people that are like ready to go. Khalil, it's so cool. Great that you're on here. Letitia, yes, it helps to live in alignment with your values and goals. So that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah,
and I love that you guys are wanting that for other men. We like to, for as far as the Happy Juice Pack, again, this is a great place just to be able to get started, start feeling the benefits right away. If you feel like it's stress resilience, being able to feel like you can this is like our unpacking of that mental wellness, to be able to have a longer fuse, to feel like you can handle what's coming your way. Kyle, you can tell us if you'd add to this. The number one thing we hear from people in the first few weeks is they say, I don't know if this is Amare or not. I don't know if this is Happy Juice or not, but I have a ton of stuff going on right now, and I just feel like I can handle it. Is that what you pretty much hear? Yeah,
and that's the thing. The hard part is we don't have like a placebo-controlled version of us who didn't take this stuff, and they I reacted like that without the product, and now I reacted like this. So it is. So it's an awareness. So we have a happy quiz that will allow you to get a baseline of where your mental wellness is right now. And I'd encourage you to do it a month in, 2 months in, 3 months in, because now you can't manage what you can't measure. So that gives us an ability to track how you're improving over time. Because if we improve slowly, we don't notice it. If we degrade slowly, we don't notice it. But if you didn't age for 10 years and then you woke up and you got all 10 years of age in one day, you'd rush to ER. You're like, I don't know what happened, but my hair, my skin, my posture, my muscle, just this. And again, we don't fight it as long as it's slow, but people will accept that they're supposed to be tired, they're supposed to be achy, that's a load of crap. But we do have to get smarter as we go around the sun a few more times. We have to eat a little bit better. We have to work out a little bit better. We have to make sure that we're optimizing our gut bacteria so that we can be as good as we can as long as we can.
So would you say this is part of your fitness hack and your kind of nutritional strategy is what I'm hearing? Like your cravings are different. Like I even was going to buy the dark chocolate covered caramel salted things.
She put them in front of my face at Costco.
Because he's been working out hard. I'm like, maybe you want to have one afterwards. He's like, nope, I don't want it. I was
I
like, who is
did-
this man?
I did want it,
Okay, but
but I know it doesn't equal my outcome.
there you go.
So my outcome is clearer. And I know if I ate those things, it gives me this momentary blip
Anybody
of
else?
dopamine, but
eat those
ultimately
things? If you
not
haven't,
sustained.
don't
It's
start.
like crack.
Okay, it is.
Now I want one.
Sorry.
I'm off to Costco.
So,
So
okay, so would that be part of your nutritional strategy? I mean, we have,
yeah, I've definitely got mine. Like the Ignite product, I feel like is huge for me.
Yeah.
Just with muscle strength, recovery, stress resilience, like Ignite, I thought I was feeling really good. And then when we started doing Ignite, and I was like, okay, that took me to
yeah,
another level.
definitely. I feel like that
My,
helps your
my
testosterone.
muscle went up a lot. And then my body fat came down. I've always had a little pooch, a little lower pooch.
Yeah.
You've not noticed? No, it's okay. This is what she looks like when she lies. But that's disappearing, which is great. And so mood for me is massive. Ignite for me is massive.
Ignite is sex hormones, mood is stress hormones.
Yeah.
And then GBX Fit helps with which Kylan will maybe bounce that to Kylan
Yeah.
and talk a little bit about the GBX Fit and
then I take
hormones.
a lot of my Amare protein as well. So, which
Plant-based
is,
protein.
yeah, which is
Awesome.
really good for your microbiome. There's a lot of protein out there, which is like a gut bomb.
Especially if it has sucralose, people be looking for that sucralose.
Yeah.
Yes, in so many things.
Yeah. And so again, having a good quality protein has been massive for me as well.
Kai, what about you? What would be a fitness hack, nutritional strategy that you feel like you want to share with the guys?
I think the GBX Fit program altogether, if you follow the program, it will work. I have yet to really have anybody who's followed the program 100% not see the results that they wanted.
You want to say what results you got on that program, Kylan?
I was able to lose.
Brag.
I was able to lose about 30 to 40 pounds in 3 months, and I'm very confident. I grew up as a wrestler, competed at a high level, and I know how to lose weight. But the one thing I will say is I was never able to lose weight without losing friends. And so the fact that I was able to lose body fat without like forfeiting my marriage and, friendships and everything like that, because I was still pleasant to be around. Whereas before, when you're counting calories and when you're dieting, it really is not a mental health strategy at all. It's harmful to your mental health because you're so focused on the calories and the numbers and all this stuff. And it's more of a, it's just a not good relationship with food. And so the GBX Fit helped me a ton with just having the ability to not clear my kids' plates when I was done and content with my dinner. Whereas before I'd vacuum everything else up. And over time, like Andrew said, it doesn't happen overnight, but over time it builds up to be a lot of unnecessary body fat, which is really going to take, in the end, years off your life. And so being able to manage your cravings and not crave the sugary things, not crave the alcohol, and be able to be satisfied on a smaller amount of food for a longer period of time is really valuable. And so, I was already what I would say pretty fit compared to most, but I went from 200 pounds to under 170 pounds in those 3 months. And I was just following the program with doing intermittent fasting. Working out during that fast period is essential to burning the fat instead of burning carbohydrates that are already in your system. But at the end of that, I felt a lot better. I felt better around my kids. I felt better just overall with my whole body. So, and it brings about confidence, which then boosts your mental health. So everything goes hand in hand. You know, the more confident you are in how you look, the better your mental health is going to be.
Yes. And, you know, even your wife, Lisa, commented, you were a very present dad and husband, even while losing weight. Very proud of you. So, and even Lisa, after having the baby, is down 13 pounds. So that's great. Letitia, thanks for sharing your results. 1 inch loss from parts of the body, 3 inches on abs, with zero dieting. So that is, it's lifestyle. It's
All the
finding
health
the
markers
tools,
improved. Yeah.
because we're going to the source. We like to say we're going upstream. Let's address the gut brain connection. Let's address strategically the right kind of bacteria. So the probiotic, the matching food or prebiotic, and the protective phytobiotic together. It's not, we aren't just a good probiotic company. We have the science down. And that's where we want you to find your sweet spots. We have a fantastic guarantee that you have 90 days from when you first get your products to be able to do a full refund. And that's just across the board. So we want you to find your sweet spot. Like we said, if you need to trade something out, tweak it. But right now, for those of you that are brand new, the big things we're talking about, happy juice pack. I'm hearing you guys say happy hormone pack.
Yeah.
And
Protein.
and get with the protein. Oh, I was going to say, and if you haven't already taken the happy quiz, text the person who invited you and just say, hey, shoot me on over the happy quiz. And you guys can do that. It takes a few minutes, but it will give you a more of a tailored for your needs. So let's spend this last
An additional hack with the protein. I put a scoop of protein in my coffee every morning, just because I still like coffee, whether it's decaf, caffeinated, whatever. I just like having a hot cup of coffee, but adding the salted caramel protein that I stock up on when we have that, that helps satisfy you too with good nutrition, to where you're not going to, you know, for me, I'm not going to go into the teacher's lounge and have the donuts that they have sitting out, or the bagels and cream cheese and things like that. So.
Yes. Okay.
All those little behavior modifications add up over time. So.
Yes. And, you know, for the sake of time tonight, I want you guys to know, we'll just simplify this, but, you know, talk with the person who invited you, just because we have awesome promotions this month, and we always have some sort of cool promotion going on. And so very plainly put, anyone can join as a customer. There's no annual fee or charge. Like, we're the mental wellness company. We want this to be simple. We want this to be an easy yes for you. And you get $10 off with your first order. So the person, whoever's telling you about Amare here, can shoot you on over the $10 off code. And as a customer, as you're using the products and getting these results you guys are sharing with us, you also have $10 off codes that you can use as a customer. And that's how you earn free product. You don't earn compensation, but that's how you can earn up to three free products dropped into your Amare credit that you can redeem a month. Okay. Switch it on over to the brand partner side, which is the business side, whether you're more of an affiliate partner or you really want to do this for the career side. And that now if we don't have any specials happening, it is $70 a year, $69.95 a year. You get all the tools.
And there is a few packs that will have that amount.
Absolutely.
And there's a pack that gives you that for free, but that's your website, that's your app, that's everything you need from a tech standpoint. And you can start making income. Like, we make a healthy 6-figure income every year for the last 4+ years with Amare. So it's been a massive blessing for our family.
Yes. And with that, you have unlimited amounts of $10 off codes. So you can have it on your Instagram. You can have it, on your social. You can, from the app, as you shoot someone over, hey, here's the happy quiz. Here's the happy juice pack. You can have the $10 off already applied in there. Again, we want to make it an easy yes for you guys and an easy yes for the people that you're talking to about it. As a team, we have the training for you guys to be able to jump in. We have everyone that's on here tonight is a part of our team collectively. We all come together, and that was like a Power Ranger thing I think I just started to do. But I didn't mean it. We're all coming together to be able to bring our gifts and help you to move forward.
Sing the Power Ranger song.
No, I only know that Power Ranger move. I don't actually.
Okay.
So yeah, again, right now with any of the wellness packs, it's a way that you can get all your products.
And again, if you want more information, talk to whoever brought you here or us.
Yep. Fantastic. We like to share this image because in 2022, we had huge growth. We had 100% growth over 2021. And that's not counting. We acquired a company. We acquired a company called Kiani. and which has been really fantastic to be able to partner with them now and be able to, as we're going global,
Expand global.
So that's not counting the Kiani family that's come
Yeah.
over to Amare. And so we are becoming a household name. A lot of you guys have been saying, gosh, my neighbors is now has this amazing Happy Juice testimony. We're hearing it, and it brings us joy because for a lot of years, we were just getting the message out there. A lot of you guys are just getting the message out there. And so we do feel like this is what sets us apart. And so for a lot of you guys, as you've talked about financial wellness, will you just speak to this a little bit and what that can look like for people as far as the timing, company, products, compensation?
Yeah, what I didn't realize in the past is timing is everything. And you can be a part of a great company, but they've had their surge, they've had their business growth, and you missed it. And it doesn't matter how good you are, doesn't matter, how good the products are. There is a timing that the people that are in the right time will grow the most. And that time is now. Like I could talk about this now for the next 20 minutes, but I'm just going to say, trust me, the timing is now. We've got incredible leadership. I'm a big believer. I will not work in a company that doesn't have great leadership. And so we have got great leadership. We've talked about the products, the guarantee, the work. We've got great testimonies on there, but the compensation plan is balanced, it's fair, and it's dynamic. And again, we could get more into that if you do want to learn more. But what I love is this has allowed us to provide for our family. It's allowed us to dream. I know Kylan, what he didn't mention is they have their middle child has had 3 open heart surgeries, and they had their biggest ever year in the same year as their 3rd open heart surgery. And they qualified for Panama. And so I'm super proud of both Kylan and Lisa. And I know it's being able to provide a great lifestyle for them in the middle of all that challenge. Go for it, mate.
Oh, it's allowed my wife and I to be able to be present in the hospital too. And to actually be there, not miss out on that time as a family. A lot of times when you have something that is as stressful and anxiety building as having a family member in the hospital, it really either makes or breaks marriages. It makes or breaks relationships. And I truly believe that because of Amare, we were able to not just, sustain, but actually grow more. And so, that's hugely important to me and my wife. It's allowed my wife to not be working as a nurse and to stay home full time with our kids, to be able to provide and provide for our son who's had 3 heart surgeries and now providing for the baby as the older 2 are getting into preschool and school age stuff. So it's really impacted our lives in more ways than just the financial side.
No, that's great. And again, we get to go on vacation with awesome people like Lisa and Kylan. We get to do work with them. And that's the thing, you build your tribe. And so if you're out there, these are 3 different ways if you want to start the business. The big pack is pretty much everything that Amare has. It is a massive discount. You don't pay that $69, and you get some great benefits for the upcoming Amare trip. You get a lot of points back, so you can use them next month. And again, talk to the person that invited you.
Grandfathered in at 25% back on all
every month.
Rewards. Yep. And then you have the essentials pack, which is kind of a good in the middle. And then we have just the really basic starter pack, which at least you can do Happy Juice with this. You also have the mood we're talking about, and along with the meant to sync and meant to focus. So you have our award-winning pack, the fundamentals pack, along with what you need for your Happy Juice and extra stuff for mood. So that's also great.
All tax deductible.
Even if someone's saying like, I want to be able to refer people to Amare as I'm experiencing it, the starter pack can be really great. Even for customers. So you're joining as a brand partner, but you can just be a customer using, and then you can be sharing along the way.
That's great. Sheena said it's allowed to pay a mortgage and bills during the last Christmas layoff. So again, we don't plan on layoffs. We generally don't plan on stuff like that. So I just like this. It feels like we have a much bigger safety net with Amare.
Yes. Kylan, anything you're going to add to that?
Oh, I was just going to say, we kind of refer to those as good, better, and best. And even,
Yes.
the biggest pack that we have, it has everything, the kids pack, and I've had people that are like, oh, well, I don't have kids, but I have a niece and nephew, and I would love for them to try these products. So like Andrew was saying, it's tax deductible, but a lot of it also can be used as, sample purposes and to spread the word and to really market something, you need to experience it as well. And so I think, the most bang for your buck is that Amare Wellness Pack, where you can experience a little bit of everything. It has the protein in it, and, it has the kids pack and just all of the different essentials. So it really is the best value.
Absolutely. And if people want to join the business side, they want to jump in with us. Again, a lot of times you're asking that question of, if I say yes, what kind of training am I going to have? What kind of resources? So what do you say to that, Andrew?
Good training.
Good training. Yeah, we do. We've talked about our team. I mean, we're because we love our team and we love being able to highlight that we all come together. And it really is a collaboration. So we have the resources for you guys. We'll jump in. As we mentioned, even the app, being able to go in and right away start if you get started, let's say tonight with that wellness pack, you can download it right away, start sending videos.
Just like the gym, you can go in, you can be casual, you can be semi-serious, you can be serious, or you can be full on, and that's what I like about Amare. You get to choose where Amare fits in with your life. If you want free products, we can get a game plan. If you say, I want to make an extra $1,000 a month, $5,000 a month, $20,000 a month, we can show you what that would look like and then build a game plan to go there.
Yes. So let's bring it home. We talked about tonight, again, men. You guys started the conversation off of where a lot of men are. As you talk to men, whether it's at the gym, it's other teachers, it's good friends, it's your clients, it's other coaches, like there's a tone. Yeah,
like for me, this is it. Be a travel agent. Figure out where people want to go, what they want to do, and then share the appropriate video or PDF of what's important to them. So be curious about where people are at, find out about them. And then Janelle, she does it great. She's like, would you like some help with that? I was like, oh, I'd like to feel like I don't lose it with my kids. And I'd like to, have more energy for myself. Would you like some help with that? Yeah, just that simple. Great. If I sent you a video, would you be able to watch it? Just that simple. So again, we've got some great videos, but find out who they are.
Yes, definitely. And so happy quiz is a few action steps for you guys. Text person and say, hey, shoot me on over the happy quiz. Second thing, Maureen, because you asked a great question, what's the best video to send a prospect or someone checking out? We have quite a few on the app that are in that category. We have some great videos. My personal favorite, and throw in the chat other ones that you guys love, is the Elevate Your Life video. So if you have not seen the Elevate Your Life video, it's about 3-4 minutes long. Then check it out. And that's one that I tend to send people right away. I thought
that said elephants for life.
No, it's I know, okay. Common mistake.
All right.
And then I was just going to say, Sandy did talk about the kids taking the kids mood every day. It's fantastic. And for those of our friends that are maybe on some certain prescriptions for mood, just throwing this out there because you reminded me, Sandy, the kids mood is fantastic. It can be really supportive. So Kylan, what about you? As we're closing this out, what's your call to action for men?
I think, unfortunately, a lot of men have succumbed to the stresses in their life, and they're overworked. And a lot of times they get home and they either disengage or they numb with something, whether that is TV, whether that is alcohol, drugs, your phone in general, and just disengage to try to numb and take away the amount of stress that they are under and the amount of pressure that they're under. And so I just would call these men into action, and nothing changes if nothing changes, right? And so if you are wanting to make a change and you are wanting to be there for your family, for your friends, for your coworkers, and not feel drained by it, then I would pay attention to what we were talking about tonight and make the decision and make that change. Because if you just wait and talk about it and think about it, it's really just time that is being wasted. And nothing will change if you choose to change nothing. So.
Callan, you are good. I'm ready to make a change already. So Callan's.
Every
I'm
time
ready.
we do this, we
Yeah.
learn because we learn
Yeah.
from each other. And I think it's so powerful.
You
So
know.
thank you for how you speak into men's lives, Kylan, and so many of you other guys that are on with us this evening and those that are watching the recording.
Yeah, I feel like for guys especially, how bad does it have to get before we make a decision? Like to prioritize ourselves, to actually work on getting mentally well. And again, it's like, why don't we just do it earlier? We're going to do it eventually anyway. But again, most people, like as a coach, I get the call when it's really bad. And if that bathtub is lukewarm, it's not good. It's not hot. It's not cold. It's just okay. And when it gets freezing, we get out. And when it gets boiling, we get out. And I want you to make a decision. Don't let it go to the extremes before you work on being the best version you can be. You're worth investing in, and not just for your family, not just for your society, but for you as well. You're worth pouring into yourself as well. Because again, I love being able to pour into my family. But if I'm not good, it's a push, it's a struggle again, and it drains me more. So again, you're worth looking after. Have some more fun, have some more joy, have some more dopamine and serotonin. Like, let's love life even more so that we can be the best version of ourselves.
And when you prioritize you, you're also prioritizing all of those around you, right?
1000%.
Because if you're not at 100%, they're going to get you at maybe 50%, right?
Yeah.
So.
Awesome. Guys,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
No more settling.
No more settling. Moving
Is that what I said?
forward.
Settling?
Onward.
Yeah.
I love it. Guys, throw in the chat your biggest takeaway from tonight. And again, just a call to action, happy quiz. If the happy hormone pack was speaking to you tonight, if the happy juice pack, there's a lot of overlap there. So from that happy quiz, you'll be able to kind of have an even more clear idea of a great starting point for you. And get started. We can, person that invited you can send you, say, hey, give me all the promo codes for the month and what are the deals. We want to make this an easy yes. We're a mental wellness company, not the mental overwhelm company. We were so excited to welcome you. And whether that is you coming in with the products and being mentally well and leveling up, or it's the business side and you're ready to level up your financial wellness and make some change and partner with some pretty awesome people here. That's all of you guys. We cannot wait to welcome you guys. So thank you. We'll end again with, if you change nothing, nothing will change. So be the change. Can't wait to welcome you guys. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Thank you, Kylan. Thank you, Andrew.
Yeah, appreciate you, Kylan.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Catch you next time. Bye.